Good morning, teacher.
Hey, Flor, good morning. Let's turn our cameras on. We're going to start a class trying to review past tenses. All right. So whenever you're ready, let me choose the past continuous.
The past continuous. Was running.
Was running past continuous? Great. All right, next one. Just past perfect.
Have lost.
Had lost. Great job. Next one. Choose past simple.
Play it.
Played. All right. Very good. Just past simple. Next. Find a mistake.
Be.
Right? B. See? Oh, what was the mistake? What
Oh,
mistake?
she were. I think for my friend had passed the exam. Maybe
Yeah,
have or had.
had passed. No? Is the past participle, remember? In the present perfect. All right, next one. What do we use to talk about events? Past perfect, past simple, only past simple, past perfect, only past perfect. Events. Obviously, events in the past, no? Event 1, event 2, event
A.
3.
Yes.
Actually, only past simple. Because events usually happen. No, it's in the past. No, it's in certain period of time, and it happened and it's done, right? Okay, next one. What do we use to talk about event 4? We have first one event, the second, third, and then I have the fourth event, which would be the last event, no? Past simple, past perfect, past continuous, past present perfect.
Past continuous.
Past continuous. Could be, but is past perfect. All right. What do we use to talk about situation 2? We have one event here, and then situation 2, it seems like it happened. It's in progress. Past perfect, present perfect continuous, past simple, or past continuous.
Past continuous.
Yes, great job. Because it's in progress, right? Okay, let's complete the sentence, please.
I fell asleep while I was watching the film.
Very good. Continue. No? Excellent. Next one, please.
The girl was crying because she missed her plane.
She missed. She had missed. The girl was crying because she had missed something that already happened. No? And last one.
Mm. As I was reading my bike to school this morning, I saw an accident. A
Sorry. Yes, you were correct. You were right. All right. So this was just an activity to warm up a little bit. And what I'm going to do right now is explain this content. This content is a top past tense, sorry, but it's a past specific content. Let's see. Okay, Flor, can you read a question?
What have you been doing today?
What have you been doing today? I know it's just 7 a.m., but what have you been doing today?
I was taking my breakfast.
Okay.
And dressing me to go to yacht.
All right. So let me. So you said I was taking. No, I was. You can say I was eating, or you can say I was having. No, breakfast. And then you say, you can say I was, you said dressed, no? I was getting
Yes.
dressed to get ready for your job, right? I wanted to mention this one because when we are eating, when we are referring to any, well, that we're eating something, I can say eating, I can say drinking or drink, no? But we can also use having. That's the only verb besides eating or drinking that I can use, no? Having. You can say I had breakfast, I will have dinner, etc. No, but that's the only verb that we can use to talk about food. All right, have. In any tense, had, having, will have, right? But obviously we can use eating, drinking, no? All right,
Okay.
next question.
Have you been working all day?
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, yes, I had been working.
Mm-hmm. What about today?
Today, for the moment, I had not been working.
Excellent. Not yet, right?
Yes.
Not yet. Okay. Let's see. So how do we use or when do we use this past perfect continuous, which is the tense for today? No, we use this tense like, you know, any continuous tense. It's a progressive tense. So it means like it's happening, right? In the past perfect continuous, it means that something that was in progress before something in the past. So something was in progress, and then we have another thing that happened, but obviously both in the past. All right. This past perfect continuous focuses on the continuation of an action and not of the result. We never really know how it or what it ended happening at the end of whatever we're describing, but we are describing something that was in progress and then a second event that happened second. All right, so usually the first event, it's in progress in past perfect, and then we have a second event that happened after the continuous action or event. All right. Let's an example, please. Could you read this, please?
Talia arrived at 10. I've been waiting for 3 hours to hear the recording.
All right. So in this example, it's saying, it's mentioning, not Talia arrived at 10, so expressing something. And then it's saying, I've been waiting for 3 hours to hear the recording. So this happened first, right? I've been waiting for 3 hours and then Talia arrived at 10. So the progress sentence happened first and then something else happened after, all right? So that's basically the perfect continuous. We always have two events in the past perfect continuous. All right, any questions so far?
No, it's okay.
Okay, let's go. So the same example, no? Talia arrived at 10. I've been waiting for 3 hours. 2, whatever. This means that he began waiting at 7, sorry. 3 hours before she arrived, no? Because it's saying I've been waiting for 3 hours. Then Talia arrived at 10. And we usually, for the continuous tenses, we don't use form with non-action verbs. Can you think of a non-action verb, sir?
Love, thinking, for example.
Yes, very good. So usually we don't use these verbs for the past perfect continuous. Usually, it's not a rule, but usually we don't use them. All right, but it's not always, right? It usually is like a big amount of time, or not the frequency. And however, it's not like always. Okay, this is not a rule. There can be some exceptions here with non-action verbs. And if we say it this way, it's incorrect. For example, like you said, no, it's a non-action verb, no? Or think, I think you say think. But no, no is a non-action verb. Think, actually, it's an action verb. Thinking, it's an action verb. Knowing, no. Tony had been knowing Talia for several years. It's incorrect, no? We don't use continuous with this type of verb. No, like, no, I've been liking something. That's how when we recognize a non-action verb when we use it in with ing and it sounds weird or it sounds incorrect, it's not correct, right? Por ejemplo, aquí nos le agregamos la ing al no y de por sí suena raro, ¿no? Como que no tiene sentido. Así también podemos reconocer non-action verbs. All right? Let's continue. Okay, and the form for the past perfect continuous is quite easy. Now we have had been always with all of the tenses is the same, had been plus the base form and then we add ing to this base form. All right, let's see an example, please. Could you read it?
I just found out that Dean had been lying the whole time.
Excellent, thank you very much. So in this example, we have the past perfect continuous here, right? Had been, and then the verb is lie, no? But we know that for when we have y at the end, no, sorry, when we have a vowel at the end and we want to add a vowel, we change it, ¿no? Cambiamos esa IE por Y and then we add ing. No, it's in the chat. Sorry. Like that. All right. And in conversations, remember we always use contractions, right? That's the rule in English. Contractions means that something is casual, informal. And we use contractions for the negative form of had been. Now the negative will be have not been. So this same form, which is positive, we use it with negative. No? In negative will be had not been, right? So in that way, all right. So in that way, let's change the color of it. The contraction comes from here, no? For the negative, no, we put not between had and been, no? So had not been practicing is the negative form, right? And the contraction will be had, hadn't, no? Could you read these two examples, please, Flor?
He had not been practicing with the team. He hadn't been practicing with the team.
Excellent. So in this, the second example is the one we should use, right? Always contractions. And that's all. Any questions so far?
No, I don't have questions.
Okay, great. Sorry. All right, next. Oh, we use by usually when we want to introduce any specific time in the past. Could you read this example, please?
By 10, I've been waiting for 3 hours.
Yes, excellent. So obviously the contraction here for this, just want to specify. It's had it. No? So in this example, it's saying by. The use of by, it's expressing or is introducing a moment or a time. So by, it could be not by noon, it could be by any moment, any time, any period of time. No? I've been waiting for 3 hours. So every time that you want to introduce or mention a specific time in the past, you use by. All right. Usually the past simple makes this logic because we always use two tenses usually in the past. Well, when we use continuous and perfects, right? We usually have two events. So when I'm not using another event, no, that it could be in past simple, I can use by to specify a moment, ¿no? Como sabes, generalmente, lo voy a decir en castellano para que se entienda bien, ¿no? Con los continuos o con los perfectos, generalmente hay 2 eventos en el pasado, o pueden haber más, ¿no? Entonces, generalmente el otro tiempo que generalmente es el pasado simple, corta, ¿no? Lo que sea que estaba pasando. O pone orden, ¿no? Entre cuál pasó primero y cuál pasó segundo. En este caso, by, is introducing this second event because it's mentioning another time or another thing in whatever was happening. No? So by 10, I've been waiting for 3 hours. Usually that's the logic of the past, the perfect continuous, well, the perfect and the continuous tenses. Sorry. Any questions?
Yes. So it was 10 when they aim to waiting.
Yes. By 10, I've been waiting. Yes. So this happened first. No, they've been waiting. And then it's mentioning for how long, right? By 10, I've been waiting for 3 hours. So the logic tells you, oh, so it was 10, but he's waiting 3 hours before that. So he started waiting by 7, right? Starting from
Okay.
7, he's been waiting 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And by it's just mentioning a second time. No, the past perfect continuous tense usually happens first. Not like I mentioned in the beginning, it happened first, and usually we have a second event that kind of like cuts or it's introduced a second event. In this case, is the time. No, we're mentioning the time to express or to identify that something had been happening. Right? Do you get the idea or the logic?
Yes.
Okay, great. So like I mentioned before, usually this event that let us think or let us understand, no, like the second event, the logic, the connection between two events, it's usually past simple. However, here with the use of by, we're just introducing a specific time, not to kind of like put the logic between these two events. Not always with past perfect or present perfect or simple past, I can put it with other events. No, that's usually how it is. So this is like our second event. All right, let's continue. So we also use the past perfect continuous to show a relationship with another past action. That's what I was trying to explain. No, it's usually two events. When we use the past perfect continuous, we usually have two events. So the earlier action is in the past perfect. So that means the earlier is like the first action that was happening. No, imagine it's saying, no, I have been waiting for 3 hours by 10. No, so 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. No, it's happening first. And then I have a second event, and the later action it's saying it's in the simple past. No? Let's see this example, please. Could you read it, sir, please?
I just found out that Dean has been lying the whole time.
Yes, great. Thank you very much. So in this example, no, it's basically, well, you tell, which event happened first? I just found out, or Dean had been lying?
Dean had been lying.
Yes, exactly. So that's the continuous, right? He had been lying the whole time, it says. And I just found out that. This found out, it means it's a phrasal verb, right? Find out, it means like to know something. No, it's like, yes, it's to know something, but it's like I just found out. No, me acabo de enterar, basically. No, I just found out that he had been lying the whole time. So the second event happens second, always. Well, the past perfect continuous, sorry, happens first. and then the past simple happens second. That's how it is. All right.
Okay.
In this example, first not lying the whole time, and then later find out. No, they discover that that Dean was lying. Okay, sorry. Okay, and we also use the past perfect continuous to show a relationship with another past action. Not like I mentioned, the past simple. Let's see this example, please.
It was late when Talia finally arrived. Tony and I had been waiting for 3 hours.
All right. So which event happened first? That Talia arrived, or that Tony and I had been waiting?
First, Tony and I had been waiting.
And what is the second event?
Talia arrived.
Yes, exactly. So this was happening, right? They had been waiting for 3 hours, and then it says finally Talia arrived. So that's the relationship between this logic, no? I have one event that is happening, and the second event kind of like interrupts this continuous tense. And we put like a logic and connection between these two events, right? Any questions, Flor, so far?
No, teacher.
Okay, great. It's not really that complicated. It's the same logic with all of the perfect tenses, the perfect continuous, and we usually we make a relationship with two events or more. Okay, I think that's all. Sorry. Yes, that's all. All right, so let's practice. All right, so I have a game on Kahoot. If you could go to kahoot.it, please. Look at the code. All right. We're going to code in a moment, just a moment. So the code floor is 20072 5. All right, exactly. Let's just start. Okay, Flor. Past perfect continuous. Let's review a little bit of the information. Will you read it, please? Thank you.
Past perfect continuous shows that an action that started in the past continue up until another time in the past.
Yes. So basically first it's happening this event, and then we have another event. That means not up until a second event. Okay, let's start. Okay, we have to put the sentence in order. How can we put the sentence in order? All right, will you read it? Correct order, please.
He had been sleeping on the couch until his mom woke him up.
Excellent. So what is the first event in here in this example?
He has been sleeping.
Exactly. And the second event?
His mom woke up.
Yes. His mom woke him up. Great. Thank you very much. Okay, next one. Okay, again, let's put this, let's make, no, sorry. Let's order the sentence.
Okay. Mhm.
All right, let's read the correct order, please.
Charlotte had been eating a lemon when he tasted something sour.
All right. So what's the first event here?
Charlotte had been eating a lemon.
And the second event?
He tasted something sour. What is
Great.
sour?
Sour is like lemon, agrio. No, lemon flavor.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Could you read the explanation, please? So this is referring to past perfect continuous, no? Past perfect continuous.
It is used to talk about something that was happening before something else was.
Was. Okay, all right. So remember, no, it was the continuous was happening first, and then something else happened. Okay, next one. Okay, which action happened first? When I got the promotion, or I had been working for 5 years? Both or none? Very good. I've been working for 5 years. Next. Same type of question. Which action happened second? I had been looking for a new job when I received the news. All right. I received the good news, not the past. Next one. Okay. So this is the form you already know, right? Had been plus the present participle, it's meaning no the ing, no the verb plus ing, that's the present participle. But it's basically the base form of the verb plus ing. Okay, next question. Complete the sentence. Chase has been, have been, had been training for 12 weeks before the marathon. All right, had been. No? He had
Yes.
been training for 12 weeks. Okay, next. Again, let's complete the sentence. All right, can we read the sentence, please, with the correct word?
Sarah had been leading until Chase came from behind.
It's leading. Do you know the meaning of leading?
No.
Like the person that goes first.
Okay.
No, and then it says Chase, this person came from behind. So they're talking about the marathon, right? So Sarah was in the first place in the marathon until Chase came from behind. So that means that then Chase was first, no, in the marathon. All right, next one. Could we read the explanation, please? This is the past perfect, and this is past perfect continuous, sorry, and this is the present perfect continuous.
Okay, past perfect continuous shows something began in the past, continue in the past, and also ended at some specific point in the past. Present perfect continuous shows something began in the past and continue up to the present time.
So that's the main difference between the two tenses. Now they are similar. However, in the past continuous, something began and continued in the past. No, and here the difference is that it shows something, the present perfect continuous, no? Show something began in the past and continue up to the present. So this is a little bit different. No, the idea of the two events is a little bit different. Okay, next one. Choose the correct perfect continuous tense. So the baby has been crying for an hour now. Is present, past, or neither?
Means past.
The baby has been crying. No, the has,
Oh,
no,
yes.
right? For present, have or has. Okay, next one. Could you read the explanation, please?
The past perfect continuous tense is happening until another event in the past stops or interrupts the action.
Excellent. So this is key, no? The second event stops or interrupts the action that was happening. Great job. Next one. Oh, and these are some adverbs that help us to work with the present perfect tense. When, for, since, and before. The logic is the same, no? Whatever we understand for the word, it just helps us to maybe be a little bit more specific in the order of the sentence. Okay, we're going to see some examples now. Remember when, for, since, and before help us with the past perfect continuous tense. Okay, complete the sentence. Jenny has been walking 5 miles a day when, before, for, or since, months before she broke her leg.
It was yellow.
Yes. Could you read the sentence with the correct adverb, please?
Jenny had been walking 5 miles a day for months before she broke her leg.
Excellent. Yes, that's the one that makes me. All right, next one. Okay, complete the sentence. They had been talking for hours when, before, for, since they realized the sun had set. In the example, we can use them with both. Could you read the sentence, Lord, please, with this word first and then this word second?
They had been talking for hours when they realized the sun had set. They had been talking for hours before they realized the sun had set.
All right, great job. Excellent. Next. Okay, complete the sentence. The company that was closed had been running when, before, for, or since 1922. All right, could you read the sentence? Great job, Flor, with the word, please.
The company that was closed had been running since 1922.
Nice, all right. Excellent. Complete the sentence. She had been singing, for 20 years. When, before, for, since she finally got a music video.
Mm,
All right, same thing. No, we got these two options. What was correct? Let's read the sentence again, please. With the word when first and then before.
She had been singing for 20 years. 20 years when she finally got a music deal. She had been singing for 20 years before she finally got a music deal.
Excellent, great job. So in both cases, these words help us to put an order between the two events, right? That's the use of these words. It helps us to be a little bit more specific and understand maybe which event happened first. But remember, always the the past perfect continuous happen first and the second event in the past simple happens second. Next one, great job. Oh, sorry. Well, we already know this, no? So the negative statement, the question for past perfect continuous is had first, no? Had subject being present participle, and the negative had not been in the present participle. The present participle is the verb, no? Is the verb plus ing, verb plus ing. Let's practice some of this, okay? Let's practice questions in negative form. Okay, you have to type now, okay? You're going to type on your cell phone. A question. How can you put or make this tense with he to paint on the walls before? Now try to put the past perfect continuous using these words. So how do we start a question in the past perfect continuous? Firstly, all right. So it's first had, no? Had and then the subject. Had he, then being, and then the verb in ing, no? Could we read the question with the correct words, please?
Had he been painting on the walls before the police called him?
Excellent. Next one. Okay, same, but this is negative. So let's put negative here. In this part, let's put negative. She tripped because just esta partecita nomás, ¿no? She
Mm,
She.
I I know what.
For example, negative, we know that with it's well, affirmative is have, no? Have, being, and then the verb. The continuous is looking. But how can we put
Um,
negative? Oh, sorry, it's have.
I can write the answer. I don't know why. But I think she looked at where she was going.
All right. So she tripped because she, and we have to put negative. This is affirmative, no? She had been looking. Where do we put the negative in this sentence?
He, she have not been looking or hadn't been looking.
Excellent, yes. So always contractions, no? Oh, sorry. Can we read the sentence with the correct one, please?
She tripped because she hadn't been looking where she was going.
Excellent. Yes. No, tripped means like she fall, no? She fell down, like we see in the picture, no? She was on the floor. That's trip. No, se tropezó and she fell down. All right, and I think that's all. Let me clear this. Is it? Oh, one more. Past perfect continuous. Just affirmative. Tara, present, no? Sorry, affirmative. English for 2 years before she moved to America. So just write the past perfect continuous in affirmative.
I,
Or you can write it on the chat if you can't write it on the game.
Tara had been studying.
All right. Do you want to write it on the chat?
Yes.
Tara had been studying. Yes, excellent. Oh, sorry. She had been studying English for 2 years before she moved to America, right? Okay, great job.
Yes.
Okay, well, obviously you're first. So now let me show you the next exercise. Where is it? Okay, let's try to do as many exercises as we can. We're going to work on this exercise. Okay, I'm going to share this through the chat. Please open it. And that we're going to practice, no? Using had, being, and then the verb ing that we have on the at the end of each sentence. All right. Any questions, Fleur?
No.
Okay. Whenever you can, please share your screen. Let's stop sharing mine.
He had been driving for hours before he arrived.
All right. Great job. Had been driving. Number 2.
He had been carrying the heavy box for an hour before he could put it down.
Great job. Number 3.
He had been drawing for some hours before he got it right.
Excellent. Great job, Flor. Number 4.
I had been trying to get a visa for months before I gave up.
Great, very good. Gave up. Number 5, please.
He went to bed early because he had been feeling ill all day.
Excellent. Next one. The jury.
The jury had been considered its verdict for most of the day before the judge ordered them to find the murderer guilty.
Guilty. Very good. Excellent. Next one. They on the phone. It says for over 2 hours.
They had been chatting on the phone for over 2 hours before ending their conversation.
Great. Excellent. Great job, Flor. Next one. I for the bus. It says.
I had been waiting for the bus for half an hour before it arrived.
Great job. Next one. They.
He was tired because he had been working hard all day.
Great. Next one. They in that house for 20.
They had been living in that house for 20 years before they sold it.
Right. Very good. And finally,
The children had been playing outside all day until it started to rain.
great job. Very good job there. Okay, let's click on finish. All right. Oh, what happened? The jury had been considering. I'm not sure what,
Considering, yes.
right? Today it was all good. Excellent. Great job, Fleur. All right. So that's all for today's class. I'm not sure if you have any questions, something that wasn't very clear.
No, it's okay.
All right, so I'm glad to hear that, Flor. Remember to work on the my English lab exercises, please. This is our 4th class, and we will have classes tomorrow and also Friday, right? So please, no, it's going to, the quizzes are gonna come fast. So I can assign some of the quizzes if you want to until the weekend. If that's okay with you, or you want me to wait a little?
Is for unit 1?
Yes, so far unit 1, and tomorrow we will finish unit 2. So I can assign already these 2 quizzes until the weekend if you want. Until Sunday or Monday if you want.
Until Monday, please.
Monday. Okay, that's good. I will assign it now so I don't forget. And could you answer the today's polls, please? I'm not sure if you could see it. Okay, great. All right, thank you very much, Flor. So that's all. Have a good day and see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Okay, see you. Bye.
See you. Bye. Bye.